Oilersnation After Dark begins now.
Oh boy, it's just a good old-fashioned ass-kicking on home ice this evening, playing against the team that has ended your season back-to-back years in the Stanley Cup Finals. And our boys simply did not come ready to play. It was a very discouraging effort. Nobody had it going tonight. And stop me if you've heard me say this one before, boys, but the Edmonton Oilers fail to win 3 games in a row for the... How many times this season, Menz?
This is the 11th time they failed to do it.
1-9-2. 1-9-2 I'm seeing here from Jason Greger when they have an opportunity to win 3 games in a row. It was a bad effort. Our intern Tristan just texted me. I won't share his description of the hockey game. He was there live and in person. Gotta feel bad for him, really, that whoever was in that building tonight, because that was just putrid from the Oilers. They get embarrassed. They get shut out on home ice, losing 4-0 to the Florida Panthers. Woof, as my tweet said, Menzies.
Yeah, exactly.
Bark, bark, not a good one. But hello and welcome to ONAD. It's a presentation of Bet365, where if you bet on the Panthers tonight, you would have got the win eventually, but you got the early payout, because anytime you bet on your hockey team on Bet365 Moneyline, you got the early payout if they go up by 3 goals. That's an auto dub regardless of what happens the rest of the game. Shout out to Bet365. Download the app today. Use the promo code NATION. Must be 19 plus. Please play responsibly. Joined by both Sean Panganiban and Michael Menzies. And boys, I'm happy I got both of you here, because I have done this show too many times. I'm getting incredibly good at hosting post-game show losses to the Florida Panthers. It does not get any easier. It was a pathetic effort. Menzies, you described it well. The worst loss in how long?
I think it was probably the team's worst loss in like a week. I mean, so the home schedule goes out, right, in the summertime, and you look and you think, oh, these will be some big dates, big home game dates coming up near. Oh, damn, the Avalanche are going to be coming in November. Oh, Dallas will come to town. Hey, Stanley Cup Final rematch in late March. That'll be good. Team will be riding high. And, man, to coordinate your day and your evening around this hockey game, to, look, there's winning, there's losing, whatever. But, again, to lose like that, seemingly physically disinterested in any type of, physical aspect of the game. Where were the scrums? Where was the physicality? This was just game 70 for them. That's all. It wasn't a Stanley Cup Final rematch. It had nothing extra on the line for them. This was game 70. That was it. They couldn't play with the puck. Whatever else. They were disinterested. 4-0.
Lack of physicality, overpassing, inability to handle a Panthers forecheck. It was all over it tonight. Connor Ingram was fine. Not great. Whatever. I don't think Patrick Waugh would have won that hockey game for the Edmonton Oilers tonight. They scored 0 fucking goals. So at the end of the day, this one made me laugh a lot from Soggy Corpse. He said before the show started, "Good night, homies. I have to watch Up's first scene to cheer up." If you're aware of Up and you've ever seen that movie before, oof. Pangs, give me a vibe check. How we doing right now?
Yeah, I think Menzies summarized it very well. Earlier, we were talking about how just this could have been like a really emotional game. We talk about how Matthew Tkachuk calling Leon Draisaitl always the bridesmaid, not the bride. We thought there was going to be a ton of emotion, physicality, and it was absolutely, like you said, putrid. The effort, lack of desperation, lack of finish, lack of wanting to win that game. The Oilers really needed to dig the fuck in on that one.
Yeah, I do see a lot of still in the chat. Cup years. Let's get one out. Cup year!
Cup year!
It's still there. It's still there. I've said it after a lot of Florida Panthers losses before. Producer Brett, give me your vibe report. How you doing back there in the cup chair?
I am upset for more than just the reasons why I'm sitting in this chair. That was... I have to get out the thesaurus, honestly, for what I have to say.
Wasn't rock-like, that's for sure.
It was definitely not rock-like. I'm embarrassed. No. Like, this is just... and the Edmonton Oilers should be embarrassed tonight. You cannot put that type of effort out there tonight if you're going to catch my vibe for the rest of the show tonight, it is going to be utterly upset because that is... I'm punting on the season after that. That's it for me. You can't have that type of effort against a team that has fucking embarrassed you over the last 2 years, who's playing Pink Pony Club as we fucking speak in your own arena, who has danced around saying, oh, fuck McDavid, whatever, all this shit for 2 years in a row, and that's the effort you put up in a playoff style game and a playoff push? Are you kidding me? That is a joke. They don't care. That's it. It's done. It's over.
In Dallas, they get down 5-0, right? And okay, they make it a little bit of the game, but there was a battle level the longer the game went along, and there was a want to mix it up and not go quietly into the night. And tonight they just bent over and took it.
It was incredibly discouraging. I see Saucy Bob said, losing a game like this is such classic Oilers shit. It's where we talk about, there are a box of chocolates. You literally never know what you're going to get. No pushback, no physicality, no give a shit meter well down in this hockey game tonight. And alluding to what producer Brett just mentioned, if getting embarrassed 4-0 wasn't enough, well, according to one Gene Principe, the Florida Panthers Pink Pony Club playing in Florida Panthers locker room right now post-game. The bridesmaid comments, they're one thing. Losing back-to-back cup finals is another. But damn it, that's my song. And I can't even listen to it anymore. I don't think I've listened to it in months. Those motherfuckers are going to jam it in the locker room. It's a tough one tonight, folks. I should remind you, get in the voicemail line. Now, keep it extra respectful because we don't have intern Tristan here. So Brett has to try and pull double duty. So do me a favor. Don't say anything incredibly offensive so we can hear from the fans, hear from the viewers what you thought about that hockey game. Some people saying the sky isn't falling. It is just one game. KB Stirs said, I hate them so much. As to the Florida Panthers, maybe the Edmonton Oilers. Could be referring to the Oilers as well. Who knows? But let's get into it. Some super chats here. First things first. Reminder, win, lose, or draw, all your super chats are in support of the Ben Stelter Foundation, a cause that does incredible things for people going through very, very hard times. We kick it off, $10 from Cup Yeah. He said, wow, the chemistry of the Panthers is insane. It's almost like their coach doesn't change lines 24/7. And the problem in this hockey game, they win 4-0. I don't overly feel like the Panthers played a fantastic hockey game. They had a great first period, great 20 minutes. They took it to the Edmonton Oilers. I thought Edmonton adjusted in the second and then just like a wet fart just kind of dwindled off into the air, and that game was over pretty quickly. It's only 9:30 right now, so
quick, efficient. Yeah, there wasn't a ton of whistles.
We'll get into the 3-hour post-game show. We'll still give you your
when
regular...
there's not a scrum in the game.
Yeah.
It's not going to take that long. There's no extras. There was not a whole lot of whistles, not a lot of stoppages.
And this comes like no scrum in the game when the Florida Panthers within the first minute absolutely crushed Spencer Stastny. And there was they set the tone and the Oilers didn't respond.
It's what I mean. Like, you hear all the stuff that Tkachuk's saying in the press before the game and stuff, and talking about how they're the biggest rival, but now there are 8 of us in the elevator, and we're all thinking about how last time we were here, we won the game in Game 5. And they're putting that out, and it's prime bulletin board material, and there wasn't even somebody who gave a hack to anybody for a thing. It was a joke. It was like the big bullies were around, the grade 6 bullies were around playing against the grade 2s, and the grade 2s just let them do whatever they wanted. It was a joke.
Daddy came to town. Daddy gave the Edmonton Oilers a little bit of a spank. Austin's
it's like Cole Reinhardt. It's AJ Greer. It's Mike Benning.
Score.
These are the guys that tilted the ice for them in the first period and at least got the goals. And I thought the Oilers, there were stretches they played. I thought they were the better team in the second period. I thought they created looks in the third period. But because the puck was a foreign object to them, and when they did get it, they just passed it. So...
that's the part that I think we've kind of buried the lead here a little bit as well. Yes, can be angry about the lack of physicality, the lack of effort, all those things. Holy shit, the Edmonton Oilers, the perimeter play, the overpassing was for the Edmonton Oilers levels, correct me if I'm wrong, felt insane tonight. Nobody wanted to shoot the puck. I constantly say I don't want to become my old man, but we're sitting there screaming, shoot the goddamn puck. Matt Savoy passed up some opportunities. Bouchard could have had some. You saw Connor McDavid, my Lord, in this hockey game. It's not there yet, but he could be a candidate for the Jeans. We'll get into that a little bit later on in this hockey game. He doesn't record a point. Nobody else does on the team as well, but my Lord, Pangs, was the overpassing. It was unbearable at points for me to watch this hockey game. I wanted to watch something else because if you're not going to shoot the puck, you're not going to score, you're not going to win.
100%. And with that overpassing, it almost made the Florida Panthers look really good because they're keeping the Oilers to the outside. But when you're overpassing and they're keeping you to the outside, sometimes just, and I hate to say it, but keep it simple. Put a puck on net. Put a puck on net and start crashing and jamming. But they weren't doing that. And I recall that one play with Savoy on the power play. Prime chance. Yeah. You and I were both like, shoot the puck. Pass it off. So, like you said, overpassing. Guilty of that tonight.
Like a wet fart, that pass. Just once again,
you're in the slot. You're in the slot. That's the area, presumably, you want to release shots from.
Allegedly.
You know what I mean? And then they pass out of it so that when it comes back to Savoy, it was a one-timer and his stick gets lifted and now it's a contested shot. You know, this game could have flipped if, like, Savoy gets under the puck. That all-alone chance could have made it 1-0 early, and there was that whole sequence before Reinhart goes on that breakaway the other way. Yeah, that line created, but at the same point, it was just part of this overpassing, which will trend into their game after they win a game or two. Like, this is what has happened with this team for multiple years, and you're also missing a superstar out of your lineup. So you have one less, game changer, game breaker that can get away with that shit at times. So, yeah, sum it up.
Once again, it's the thing. You don't know what Oilers you're going to get. You look at their last hockey game, Tuesday night against the San Jose Sharks. We sat here and went, oh my God, 13 different players with a point. They were really emphasizing pucks on net. Connor Murphy scores from somewhere he shouldn't score just by simply throwing the puck on net. You saw Vasily Podkolzin step off the bench, rip that puck on net. He finds the back of the net. Zach Hyman buried home a rebound off of a point shot, off a deflection type thing. And for you to 2 days later completely abandon that part of your game, which helped you withstand the loss of Leon Draisaitl, it was truly puzzling shit from the Edmonton Oilers tonight. Continuing along with some super chats. It's Austin. It's a good reminder. Hope will never die. Bounces didn't go our way tonight. Yeah, I saw Tyler had a tweet in response to Zach Lang, and he said, would have been sick if they scored a few of those highlight reel goals, though. No lies detected there, absolutely, but at the end of the day, shoot the goddamn puck. Tammy, our queen, she's in $10. She's maybe not doing so well. She got maybe some type of operation or something, Brett, I believe. You're our queen. We love you. We support you. Win, lose, or draw. She's in $10. Win or lose, I did not love this game, but I adore my ONAD fam. And then she threw all the hearts.
Your face is getting all red.
Yeah, this is me actually blushing.
No, I'm just messing with the camera. Sorry.
Slowly bringing
Saturation,
getting back up.
Don't make me.
She also put hearts with all the colors of the rainbow because, boys, it was Pride Night tonight. There's a positive there as well. Shout out to everybody. Everybody love everybody. Now, terrible hockey game for you to have to go to for Pride Night. But that's one of the few positives, I guess we could say, in this hockey game. You also brought a veggie tray.
And the dip
Anything
was a
else,
lot
boys?
better
Anything else?
than last time.
Yeah.
Positives? Brett hit a huge March Madness parlay.
Oh, yeah. Let's go VCU, baby.
He's always been a Rams guy. He's always been a Rams guy.
I'm a Ram. Yes, I am. Let's go, baby. Come on.
Truck month.
March
The game... Yeah, the game finished quickly. I liked that. At least there was a lot of continuous play.
Yeah.
There wasn't a whole lot of standing around and,
Continuing D-Pal, boys. He's in again. $69.99. Clap it up. It's a hell of a donation. Night in, night out.
Very nice.
He said Knobloch better be the king of adjustments in the playoffs because he looked like the king of blunders tonight. Getting in there. Getting in with that rip. Yeah, the Oilers rolling out a different looking lineup tonight. They scored 0 goals in this hockey game. It's also tough because it just felt lethargic, might be the word of choice. Brett, let's get some synonyms out throughout the evening here. Let's see who can get. Pull out the thesaurus. But first things first, let's pay the bills. Give a special shout out to Derek Dodge Edmonton, a lovely friend here on Oilersnation After Dark. It's the beginning of a new chapter for Derek Dodge as they are under new ownership, bringing a fresh approach, a new energy, and a renewed focus on customer experience. And right now, if you look at the bottom of the screen, podcast listeners, close your eyes and imagine it. It says, buy now, go to Las Vegas. So right now, they've got an unbeatable deal. With every vehicle purchase, you will receive a trip for 2 to Las Vegas. Yep, you heard that right. Leave the lot with your new vehicle and flights and accommodations for a trip for 2 to Las Vegas. That is tough to beat. Derek Dodge, visit him 6211 104th Street Northwest or derekdodge.com. Bangs, we're going to be in Vegas in exactly less than 7 days. 5 days from now? But who's counting, right? Who's counting? It's going to be a great time. He was on the last one.
I was.
Mans, you're going to hold down the fort for me while I'm away?
Yeah, I'm going to hold down the fort. Yeah, me and the BBL. The BBL and I.
Thursday night, we're not going to have me hosting pre and post. Hopefully we do on Tuesday night from a special location out in Las Vegas. But Thursday, men should be taking
Area
over.
51.
I am going to... I got jokes I want to make, but we got power through. We got power through. And I will. I'm going to make sure I appear on pregame, and then I'll get in on Oilersnation After Dark. Might be a little bit sloppy. Definitely going to be a little bit sloppy. Going to be a lot of sloppy. But that's no different than any show that we do night in and night out. Brett, let's kick things off. Let's get into some headlines. Talking about needing positives tonight. Give me some Jersey Drake.
Yep.
The headlines brought to you by Tim Hortons and Roll Up the Rim season. It is still on right now. Do you feel something in the air? Do you smell it? Well, that's Roll Up season. You can still play on the cup while supplies last, but do not forget to also play on the app, which means more chances to win for doing what you already do. Getting Tim's Roll Up season is only around until March 22nd. Check your calendar, March 19th today. So do not wait until it's over to realize you forgot to play. For more information, check out timhortons.ca/rollup. Roll up to win only at Tim's. So take it right from the top. Slow start for the Edmonton Oilers once again this evening. And all the hype, all the hoopla that goes into it beforehand. We talked on pre-gaming that regardless of the Panthers' record, regardless of where they sit in the NHL standings and they won't play in the playoffs, this matchup matters. And that they care. They're going to get up for this one. And we thought for sure the Edmonton Oilers, there's playoff implications. They are thoroughly a part of the playoff race right now in the Pacific Division. First seed still an option. And holy shit, the out-of-town scoreboard might have actually helped the Edmonton Oilers tonight in this hockey game. We are finding positives, actually, the more that I talk this out. But the Oil Pangs, I'll start with you. They came out flat. They could not handle the Florida forecheck in the first period, which was eerily similar to my nightmares and my memories from the last 2 years in the Stanley Cup Finals. It was brutal, all right? Florida just running the Oilers. And once again, continuing, not a lot of emotion, not a lot of physicality. Shots were 13-8 at the end of the first period. Goals were 2-0. You kind of feel after 20 minutes, this might not be the Oilers' night.
Yeah, heading to this game, I'm sure they talked about it in the locker room. It's like, you win, and you're in first place. And they're just like, nah, I'm good. That effort was just so bad to start. And like you said, the forecheck of the Florida Panthers, the Oilers really couldn't get out of their zone in the first 10 minutes. The D-to-D, the failed transitions, it really, for me at least, it brought back feelings of the last 2 years in the Stanley Cup Finals, of that pressure that the Florida Panthers are known for. And I'd imagine even probably for those guys in the locker room that they were kind of psychologically kind of feeling that a little bit too, brought them back to some sad times of the last couple of years.
Menzies, I don't want to say what I'm about to say. But are the Florida Panthers just the Edmonton Oilers' daddy? Are they to us what we are to the LA Kings type situation? Or maybe the Nashville Predators, right? Where a team just has your number. They know how to neutralize your greatest strengths. It's physicality. It's a forecheck. Connor McDavid, he was in tough on this one tonight, and it's a story we've seen similar years previous with much more stakes on the line. But I'll call it how it is. It pains me to say what I just said, but there's something about this matchup where you look at them. They don't have Sam Reinhart. The other Reinhart found a way to score a goal. Brad Marchand is not out there, and it doesn't matter where they are in the standings. It doesn't matter where they are, who they got in the lineup. I understand the Oilers did beat them earlier this season, but there's just something about it. Maybe Paul Maurice is just a problem. Maybe he's the one I hate.
Well, yeah, I mean, you could approach it that way too. And look, I said in the room, and then Jack said it in the last minute, that it reminded me so much of the last time Florida was in Edmonton, which was Game 5, which is coming off of a massive 3-goal comeback, whatever. But this Oilers team, anytime you can label something on the schedule as like, oh, maybe a bad spot, which if you look for spots, and what you mean by that is, well, the Oilers coming off of, a depth game where they perform and 13 of their players do this, and they won back-to-back at home and 4-1-1. And any time this season that there's really been any type of medium-level challenge or something that is begging to flip the opposite direction in the next game, they haven't survived it. And tonight was that way in spades. I mean, obviously they were deserted with puck luck, but they didn't create any of their own either. And right from the get-go, I just thought this team, at the very least, like I said, there's winning games and there's losing games, but the how you get there is crucially important, and how your team looks in getting there. And this team, like I said in Dallas, at least fought to the end and mixed it up. Against Nashville, everyone comes in and supports Draisaitl, and thereafter Weisblatt, period after period. Against the Sharks, there is still some jam to that hockey game. Tonight, this was just a pedestrian Game 70, March 19th against insert the opponent, with no added urgency level to their game. And when there's any good forecheck they face this year, they struggle. And that is a real concern for them in terms of the long term. But again, focusing on the here and now tonight, it's just another one of those on their schedule, because they zag you when you think they're going to zig. And once again tonight, they do that.
I see, was it Lone Wolf? He said, we thought this would bring the best out of them tonight for the Edmonton Oilers. And there's hope, right, that we're gearing up. We've been seeing improved play from the Edmonton Oilers, whether it's defensively. You've seen some depth guys step up a little bit. Got to weather the storm without 29, but it didn't feel like you had any aspect of their game going tonight. And I guess the Edmonton Oilers did try a little bit of a different lineup look, but nothing was going. Also, Mikey just asked, Aaron, give us a mild, squeaky, questionable cup year?
Cup year?
I hated that, Mikey. I hated that. Cup year.
Cup year.
There we go. There we go. We're right back into it. Continuing along, but what can you say as the game progressed, right? In the second, so the first period, the Panthers they took it to the Edmonton Oilers. That was a brutal start. Now, I felt like as the game went along, Edmonton did just a little bit. They got more chances, specifically in the third period, where it felt like things started to click a little bit better. But it was just a classic Oilers effort of too little too late. But overall, Pangs, it felt like the boys were just sluggish. They were slow. They were unresponsive, half-second late type dealio, not dialed in on hits, not dialed in on passes. It was sluggish. I really want that synonym list here to find the word that's going to hit for me. And it's very discouraging, because after the last performance against San Jose in the way they played, but I mean, overall, it is just indicative as the season as a whole that this team, in a big opportunity, they come out not only flat to start the hockey game, flat as a whole. I'm just really discouraged. That might be the word I'm going for tonight, because this is one that, nice. What are we got here? For lazy? Okay. Apathetic, that's Brett's word. I do use lackadaisical a lot. Ooh, they were listless tonight, Pangs. Listless.
Yeah, I think this game, if they would have won it, it would have been a statement game to them, to their fans, to say, hey, we are for real. We are making noise. And it was just so flat. And I'd taken a look at the high danger chances in the game here. 14-9 for the Oilers. They had high danger chances. There were instances where we kind of ragged on them for not getting the puck to the middle. The times that they did, and I know we're going to talk about the jeans a little bit later and who might be wearing them, but I hadn't seen Connor McDavid flub the puck in the slot as many times as he did in this game. So when they had chances in the slot, they just did not finish.
Michael Menzies, Connor McDavid felt like he was fighting at the stat I'm seeing online right now. Oilers fall to 0-10-2 this season when Connor McDavid fails to collect a point. Without 29, they're going to need to find a way to get scoring throughout the rest of their lineup, but you definitely need 97 to pick up some of those bootstraps as well. He was fighting it out there this evening, and it's a story we've seen before. Florida knows how to be physical with 97. They know how to shadow him up and down the ice. Felt like at points he was frustrated, but also just kind of felt like he didn't have it.
Yeah, no, sorry, I sound like Knobloch.
Yeah, I was going to say, are you doing the Knobloch right now?
Yeah, well,
we might not have post-game interview clips because we don't have Tristan with us tonight.
Well,
so
you
if
want it
Nobby
now?
would like
I give
to
you now.
handle,
Yeah,
take the floor.
just tee me up with a token, and I'll give
should I
you
be Speck or should I be a Jason Gregor?
Give me a Gregor and then give me a Spec.
I got the spec one.
Okay, perfect.
All right, you'll lock in after this.
Okay.
Chris, your team, they were lethargic out there, a little bit lackadaisical on a game where, Stanley Cup Finals rematch. Your team had just won 2 games in a row, trying to get 3 in a row. What can you say about your team's effort out there?
Well, I thought we did some good things, but we get behind, and then we get down to them. We just kind of dig ourselves a hole, and the puck was bouncing, and I just didn't think we had that confidence that you need, and
Speck?
Coach, Spec here. Not sure if you recognize me.
Do you read me?
Can you read me?
I love Speck. I don't even know what
This
I do.
is now the last time this Florida Panthers team was here in town.
this is such a Spec question. Sorry, go ahead. I like where this is going. Yeah.
They won. And then back in 2024, they came into this arena and they won again. Now, as they come into Rogers Place Ice, and you guys just lay down and absolutely take it from the Florida Panthers and Matthew Tkachuk, as you can probably hear right now. Are you embarrassed at all? And should this team be embarrassed by what they do when the Florida Panthers come into town?
I wouldn't use that word. We're disappointed. We're disappointed. And would it have been nice to win tonight? Yeah, would have been nice. But at the same time, we're trying to build our game, and I think we'll keep trying to build our game and learn from this.
The impressions in the room just now were fantastic.
Very good all around.
Lance said, that was a pretty good Gregor. Brett, you nailed your Spec. You nailed your
nailed
Nova.
I couldn't hold it. Florida Panthers are coming in.
Once again, if we can't get live post-game clips, we're going to do it.
Yeah.
Fuck it, we'll do it live.
I was going to give a stat, but he wouldn't even. Knobloch doesn't even give stats, but he would say 7th game in 12 nights. Hey, this could be some of the reasons, but I just don't kind of think that was.
It's always for me. It's the clicking, whatever he does.
And he gets 2/3 of the way into the thought, and then just
like a wet fart fizzles out. It's the theme of tonight. It's the theme of the season for the Oilers. Wet farts. Let's put that on a t-shirt somewhere. It's just Nobby talking.
We're one wet fart away from saving our season.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, that's a bar. VA Sports is in 6984-2151 with a super chat. Said, I'm 99% sure this is our last trip up here this season, so I will simply wish good luck in the playoffs from your best friends down south. Go Panthers.
Bastard.
Now they're being nice.
I know.
That means they're feeling sorry for us.
It's way worse.
Donating,
It's way worse.
donating to our local charity that's so close to our heart.
Damn it!
This isn't going well.
Sorry.
Nelson Muntz comes out in all different shapes and sizes and forms. Oh man! But hey, Game 70 and the Oilers look like that in a Stanley Cup Finals rematch. Not good. Not good, boys.
No.
Not good.
No.
Definitely not.
Is that what you want at Game 70 of the season? Or yeah?
Yeah,
No,
less
it's
than
not.
ideal. And I mean, this was the only non-playoff team
This was
They're gonna
supposed to
play-
be the easy part of the schedule, Menzies.
this month. They're now going to a run of playoff teams as we rendezvous the schedule.
Oh.
And the next 5 are kind of big games here in terms of the quality of opponents.
Well, it's tough, Michael Menzies.
Tough, you know.
So you got the Tampa Bay Lightning on Saturday night, late one. Some tells me Oilersnation After Dark's going to get extra silly for that one. Bangs, open invite. Open invite anytime. Come on down for After Dark. Come on down. But also, tough night today. We don't score. Our first three-way, and we went goalless, boys.
Yeah, I know.
But we had a great time.
We did.
You can float into the studio like Roslovic after a D-zone draw. Just float around wherever you... where's he going? I don't know. Does he know? Float right in.
There's your upcoming schedule. We thought thoroughly, we discussed it on pre-gaming, that with Chris Knobloch's, I even did the... there before that just came in. If there was ever gonna be a game for Tristan Jarry to get the start, you probably would have thought it would go against the Florida Panthers, the only team for the next 5 games that has not come against a team currently in a playoff spot, I should say rather. And Connor Ingram, who knows? I guess let's talk about that as well. What did we overall think about Connor Ingram? Chat, let me know your overall thoughts on the evening on the stat line. Ingram stopped 19 of 23 for an .826 save percentage. For his expected goals, he was negative 1.52. Once again, I said it kind of off the top. I don't think... I know it didn't matter what goaltender was in the net tonight. The Edmonton Oilers didn't score a single goal. They didn't beat Sergei Bobrovsky. We actually haven't touched on him as well. Maybe let's talk goalies here for a couple minutes, because that 37-year-old sure found a way to show up tonight against the Edmonton Oilers. But, Pangs, we'll start with you. Thoughts on Connor Ingram's performance in this one and overall?
I think it was all right. Maybe
fine.
one of the goals I would say he really should have, and that's the one that you're talking about where Roslovic was just floating. They won it off the draw and they scored. Other than that, I'm taking a look. I mean, he faced 6 high danger chances, saved 50% of them. So overall, not bad. But, I mean, would you want to make more saves? Absolutely. But at the same time, the Oilers didn't score a single damn goal either.
Men's, where are we at on the quality start meter? Or where are we gladiator?
It's kind of like this.
Yeah. It's very limp.
But
Wet
the
fart.
first
Wet fart.
goal is like a brilliant move on the breakaway, like a tremendous goal. The third goal on the power play is this rebound that is collected in front and deposited well, where like the puck's just going to sit down nice here for Lindell, and credit to him. I mean, that's a nice finish. The fourth goal, I don't like the breakdown of their coverage. And it was kind of a calamity of Nurse and Bouchard in the second goal. And it's not to absolve Ingram. I thought it was, a similar-ish level of performance. He wasn't at his best. That one there, you'd like a save. But again, we're diagnosing here a 3-0 game where the skaters in front of him for the last 5 minutes, I mean, the Oilers had already some of them it felt like had already been in the shower and were ready to drive, home. So, again, nobody played great.
I think everybody probably agrees with that sentiment that this isn't on him by any means. Could he have played better? Yes. Somebody in the chat, Wise Kyle, calling him Connor Midgrim, which I will say that did make me laugh. So I got to play both sides of it.
Pretty good.
I don't agree with that statement. He's slightly above mid. He's a slightly above average goaltender for the Edmonton Oilers, but that's exactly what they need, right? And Brett, okay, yes. Your thoughts?
Sorry, this is the goal that really I sat there just super upset. And we'll get into Bush later, but this was a goal where you sit there and go, oh, boys. Look at the defenseman and go, oh, boys. Go for the hit back here, both of them. So, okay, somebody has to float back to the front of the net. Darnell does that. Bush sees Greer go to the back, but goes to the same side as Nurse, and then
no man's land.
just
Perfect.
lets him go.
Well, that's,
Like, look at Greer. He sees it. Great spot by Greer, and he goes, oh, all this space over here. I'll just come right here. Look at this. This is stupid. This is ridiculous. This is so dumb. And guess who gets the puck? Guess where it goes? It's just an utter brain fart. Utter brain fart.
So apparently the current Knobloch post-game presser is playing out pretty similarly to what we just played out, where Spectre is asking just about the same question that you asked. So
You heard it here first. That's incredible. Oh, my Lord.
Well, it's going to be
Oh,
interesting.
yeah, Brett, we were just tweeting out some of the clips if you wanted to grab them. We've already cut them. Our Twitter account.
Oh.
If we can do that.
Oh.
Shout out, Waz. We got Darnell Nurse here talking to the media as well. We got that. What was I just about to touch on? What were we just talking about?
Well, once you guys see what we were up to today with Jari's stick.
Oh, that was literally what it was going to be. Is that... Sorry, finish your thoughts.
Well,
Sorry.
no,
Came back.
Take it.
It is that we kind of mentioned men's before, and we've talked about this consistently here on pre and post, that if you win, you're in. If you play great, you're staying in the net, and that this thoroughly is Connor Ingram's net. Chris Knobloch made that statement with not a whole lot of inhales as well when he made that declarative statement. Is Saturday night going to be a Tristan Jarry performance? We've talked about, and Nobby even said it when he made that big statement, that Jarry's still going to have to play some games down the stretch. The Oilers only have one more back-to-back until now between the end of the season. When you look at tough matchups here for the rest of the month, they're all pretty tough, but I guess let me start with you, Menz. Do you think we could see Tristan Jarry on Saturday? And as long as we post the video before Saturday night,
yes,
I'm betting Jarry S-word.
Well, I could see it. Like, it wouldn't stun me because I do think there'll be an opportunity. I mean, 4 starts in a row for an Knobloch is basically like Rolison starting 38 games in a row down the stretch. That one, what was it, 08, 09? Rolison, McTavish would not relent. I'll be curious. I think it's 50-50 where he might turn and whatever plan that they kind of formulated. But like I said, it's always easier after a loss. I do think Jarry is going to play before the season ends. It could be Saturday.
It could be Spot Pangs. Where are you at on this goaltending battle between the two of them?
You know what? Connor Ingram didn't play lights out tonight. The Oilers, they got absolutely spanked. You need to change something. So, and given you guys did a little something with Jarry's stick, I think you guys are bringing the positive vibes for next game. I'd give it to Jarry.
We're bringing some vibes for sure.
We're trying what we can.
Don't you look at Oilers Nation and say we don't try. All right? We don't think outside the box.
We tried some stuff.
We tried. We might not be forgiven for the things that we tried legitimately.
If things sit there and go really bad, It might be on us.
Yeah, it might be on us. Or we get all of the credit. Charlie gets none. We get all of it. Also, Peyton's in the chat right now, Menson said, editing it right now. I'm crying of laughter.
Was just gonna ask.
So, also, Peyton was crying of laughter while we were filming this thing.
Yeah.
Worst cameraman I've ever had in my life. How hard it was for us to not break character in the ridiculous thing we were doing. Your cameraman can't be the one breaking character.
Scorsese would have neutered him in front of everybody on camera if it was, and was probably.
Who's this twig? Who's this twiggy alien? Who's this guy? Huh? Where's he going? Huh? Who are you? Huh? Kid, get off my set. Get off my set, kid. Okay? I said taxi driver, for Christ's sake, with De Niro. Okay? Bobby would have had you thrown out before you were...
I gotta say, I just thought of a new experience package Oilers Nation should do. It's like, you get to sit between Bordzy and Menzies and just laugh your ass off all fucking night. Like,
If it's in support of the Ben Stelter Fund, I'm down. I'm down. We'll actually not
Whatever
even...
it takes.
We're not even live. We're just,
Yeah. Yeah.
just going. It's like 2 a.m. That's beautiful stuff. Brett, that is totally okay. We'll move along to the good, bad, oily in just a second, but we just heard from Chris Knobloch here. Should we hear from Chris Knobloch in real life as well? Wait, processing. Shout out to the Oilers Nation social team as well, which is Peyton, which is, of course, was, because we're down a man this evening. We're on the PK, but I added an extra here in studio.
Yeah.
Why aren't you cutting clips right now?
Yeah.
I don't know how. We should put Battle in the middle with his headphones on one time while we're just...
You can get us a skills coach, but not a clip.
All right, Producer Brett, let's take a listen here. Chris Knobloch speaking to the media post-game.
Anything that they were doing differently?
Yeah, anything? Are you having any success cracking this nut? These guys beat you a lot, right? And tonight they come in here and beat you again. Are you making any progress against the Florida Panthers? Would be my question.
The series is, we won one game this year. They won one. You look at the finals last 2 years, it was a razor thin the first year that they beat us in the finals. And the last year, they were the better team. We were also missing Hyman. They weren't missing anybody. I think they were a little bit better team. So, I don't know. Tonight, to evaluate that they dominate us, I think is an overstatement.
Oh, Nobby. First things first, Brett, that Spectre impression was 1,000% accurate.
That was
Were you in
basically
the room?
exactly my question, bro.
Yeah.
I don't want to break sources.
I've seen this movie before. Actually, I have several points before. Knobloch, quick to mention the season series is 1-1 this year, because that's what you're playing for. Absolutely. Thanks
He
for
was pissed.
that does look like a more frustrated Chris Knobloch than you would normally see. But also,
he
We
was
don't play
not
for
happy.
keeps up in here. We play for splits, brother. We both take something home.
I also like that he's arguing that, we got shut out 4-0, didn't score a goal, but we didn't get overly dominated. Chris Knobloch, your thoughts on Nobby?
Well, I think we cut the clip a little quick because from the end of the question, we didn't get that initial response where that first lung full of air is breathed in. So I think dominate is a little. I think that's
It's tough.
It's tough. I think that's overstated. I think, that's, yeah.
The squinting from my angle is so accurate. Like, your eyes even open. All right, let's move along. Let's get into the good, the bad, the oily. It's not much good in a night like this. It's brought to you by Oodle Noodle. There's a positive. I hope somebody out there ordered some delicious Oodle Noodle or went in store, picked it up, took advantage of their $2 deal on top of any regular or any premium box for just $2. One toonie, 2 loonies, 8 quarters. That's where I draw the line. I've said it before. Don't give more change than that. You can get on top of for the $2, 2 green onion cakes, 5 spring rolls, 6 deep fried wontons. That is a deal you simply cannot beat anywhere else. Brett, kick it off with the good. Feel like we were grasping straws at this one tonight, and we went with quick one. It was a quick hockey game tonight. Short, sweet, right to the point. You knew the Oilers probably didn't have it right after the first 20 minutes. Yes, they did end up playing better. They were lethargic. They were not rock-like throughout this hockey game. They broke very easily. They had no pushback. They overpassed the shit out of this puck. That actually all goes in the bad. So we'll wait for that in just 1 second.
Imagine a super cut of all those looks in the slot or right in front of the net that don't.
That's what Oilers in 30 would be tonight.
Yeah, really though. Yeah.
I think the actual time was something like 2.5 hours, kind of felt like. We've already been live for 50 minutes right now, so the people may have gotten a shorter entertainment on the ice tonight, but they're still going to get entertainment for Oilers Nation After Dark. Pangs, was there any positive that kind of shined bright?
Thinking there was really nothing for me there.
The Knobloch impression.
The Knobloch impression was A plus. I will say, you know what? Okay, that first line when Connor McDavid and Matt Savoy, I feel their chemistry continued. Matt Savoy was still hitting McDavid with good outlet passes. They found each other in certain good spots, but they just couldn't finish. So a positive, they still look like they're gelling and they have chemistry.
Matt Savoy still definitely looked like he was working just fine with Connor McDavid. You're the resident Podzilla guy.
Yeah.
Thoughts on Pods being promoted to the first line tonight? He took a rough penalty there when he just tossed that puck right out of the defensive zone. You give him credit on a night where you talk about Edmonton Oilers' unwillingness to shoot the puck. Vasily Podkolzin, he's doing his best Leon Draisaitl impression at points where he is locked, loaded, ready to rip that puck, but I'd feel like I'm not doing my job if I didn't ask the resident Pods guy. Thoughts, feelings, concerns?
I think he was winning puck battles, and early they were making nice passes, and when they were overpassing, like you mentioned, he was getting pucks on net and hoping a rebound would bounce out, but it didn't last. I think in the second period they removed him. I'm taking a look when he was on the ice. The high danger chances were 6-2. Yeah, not the best game from Podkolzin, but I'm saying that because no one produced. So okay game from Vasily Podkolzin tonight.
Like a lot of people in chat, some guy said the Panthers always beat you. I know that. We addressed that. We talked about that.
Oh, we got a split. I was told. So here was not the money
Why
quote.
would you say that?
The money quote from Knob tonight was, "I thought the effort was there. We just couldn't find a goal."
Were we watching the same game in the first period at least?
Well,
Parts of the second? Yes, the third period was a better effort, but it's a movie we've seen all too much this season. Too little, too late.
Look, like 13-7 and the high dangers 5-on-5. Typically, when the Oilers are playing that way, they're going to get a couple goals, but they didn't have any finish. And when they did get certain looks, they kind of just threw it into a chaotic area, and the puck would pinball around, and they couldn't really corral. So, yeah, on one hand, yeah, you could glass half full, silver lining it from that respect, but there was the wheels were not turning in the same way, and I thought we saw McDavid thinking out on the ice much more than we typically do, instead of playing and having the flow, where he was just trying to create something that wasn't there and then overthinking when he did have certain looks.
It just wasn't a good overall effort. Brett, do we have the clip from Darnell Nurse as well, post-game, where he was talking about the mindset for this Oilers team? They want to win. They come in with that mindset. Let's take a listen to this one. I'm curious.
I mean, motivation is hard every night. It's a long season. The fan would wonder how you can see that uniform on the other side and not come out in the first period and be ready to play and playing hard and, dying to beat this team. But you guys had a very slow start tonight. Is there, just playing these guys, is that not motivation enough, facing them once a year here?
Look, I think everyone comes to the rink with the right mindset. This team, we want to win. That's every day you show up and you come to the rink, you want to win, you want to compete, you want to beat whoever's on the other side. Whether it's the Florida Panthers or it's Calgary Flames, it doesn't matter. When every day we come in here, we want to win. Some nights we come out and we're flat, and that's on us. We got to find another level to get to, but it's not for lack of effort, especially with this group. And I know how much each and every one of these guys and all of us in here want to win.
Speaking of the good, Lance Kane said Nurse looks good in that hat. So we have that. Lance also said the good is the friends we made along the way and the fact we can all still joke around. Yeah. That's what you're going to get on Oilersnation After Dark. Win, lose, embarrassing loss. It don't matter. We're still having a good time, gentlemen.
That's right. That's the idea. You know, we're going to have some laughs and get it out of our system and feel better by the end of it.
2-hour rule.
Can I share this? So a cousin of mine, he just started watching hockey 2 years ago, and he just messaged me on Instagram, and all he said was, "We are cooked."
I thought you were about to give me positivity.
Oh, yeah, no, I know. But...
Oh, zigged one I thought he was going to zag.
So imagine Knobloch next time he goes out, he is... Yeah, so we're cooked.
We're cooked. I think we lost our aura.
Fam, chat, I just don't think we're gonna riz our way to the chip. You know, I'm gonna keep it a buck, but it's
we got no
honestly,
motion.
Yeah, we weren't mogging.
Oh, we got mogged so hard tonight by the Florida Panthers in so many more ways than one. It was embarrassing. That's the word. It's word of the day. Word of the day. All right, with good comes bad. For bad, I went with 3 different things. I went with lack of physicality, overpassing, and effort from the Edmonton Oilers. Now, I couldn't just settle on one thing because there was multiple facets of the game where the Oilers were brutal. We'll kick it off with physicality where, yes, sure, the Oilers, I look at the box score tonight, they finished with 28 hits to the Panthers' 21. It was not the right type of physicality. It was especially not when you were trailing in this hockey game. You know what you need to do. You go grab somebody. It's exactly what the Florida Panthers do when they're down in a game and you get energy shifts from other guys. The Oilers were just fighting it. And when you need some nights, you got depth scoring on Tuesday. Maybe you weren't going to get it tonight. You need your big dogs to pave the way for you. That was not going to happen. The affection for passing that puck around the perimeter, it was like a basketball practice drill where you can only pass it around 18 times before you can take a shot. There was no reason for it. It made no sense, especially as the game went along. Yes, third period, I think the effort got more concerted to make plays towards the front of the net. You need to throw pucks on net. Can't score if you do not shoot, but it took way too long. The Oilers were trailing. They were down 2-0 in the first period. I feel like that mentality needed to come a lot quicker. And then there's a discussion about effort tonight for the Oilers that, yep, you're back on home ice in front of a rowdy crowd and you piss down your leg, or the wet fart that I keep on referencing. And we got another clip. Chris Knobloch, once again, he was asked tonight if maybe the Oilers are missing a player. I believe they mentioned Connor Clattenburg and some of the emotional engagement that a guy like that brings. Let's take a listen to that. Chris Knobloch postgame.
Chris, your game in Florida, you'd recalled Connor Clattenburg. They're a team that plays a hard, firm, direct, competitive style, and he got things, including your team, emotionally engaged. Do you think you had enough emotional engagement tonight? And was there anybody that you could get further down the lineup that could provide that?
Yeah. I don't know. I think we're overlooking the fact that we won. I'm not sure we were more physically engaged. I don't think we had them rattled. I like Clattenburg. I think he's a great player for us. I think he adds a lot. But just to say that I think, whatever he provided in 7-8 minutes changed how our team played that night, I think is just not how it happened.
I wish we kept the mics live for us behind the scenes, because that might have been the biggest, longest pause I've heard Chris Knobloch have to date. That was crazy.
Yeah. Look, Colin Clattenburg, that was a wicked long pause.
Breathe in, breathe out.
That baby gave birth. That's how pregnant that pause was. That thing popped out.
Oh my! So
Man.
you heard there the question. Connor Clattenburg, the name doesn't seem by Nobby's reaction. That's a name that is going to be called up anytime soon. At least what I would read into that there. And the thing is lately for the Edmonton Oilers, these things we've talked about that they have missed for much of the season, the sandpaper, the grit, the physicality, the heaviness, there's been an influx of that recently for the Edmonton Oilers, and they did have that Tuesday night. But that's what makes tonight such an outlier and such a question mark for this team, because if you can do it for these other opportunities, why tonight on home ice or a crowd that is so fired up to boo the shit out of Matthew Tkachuk? You lay one hand on that guy and the crowd is going to be back in the game like that instantly. Grab Gustav Forsling. We talked about how much, solely because he's so good at hockey, that I hate that guy's guts. I hate everything about him, but that's what makes it so discouraging. We know it's in there for the Oilers, but on a night like this, Panks, they have none of that sandpaper, none of that grit. Questions are being asked.
And I just go back to the interview that Darnell Nurse had. He kind of said, you know what, there's just games that we're going to come out flat. No, tonight wasn't the game that you just come out flat. And I talked about Spencer Stastny getting rocked in the first minute there, and there's no response. And we're talking about Connor Clattenburg. You have guys in the lineup like Max Jones, that's why he's there. You have Trent Frederick, you have Darnell Nurse, you have Vasily Podkolzin, who could do that dirty work, that sandpaper, and for the most part, they didn't bring it, and as a result, yeah, it was just a putrid game from them tonight.
But how about this? How about this from Maximum Jones tonight?
Yeah, please read this off.
This Jones, 11 minutes, 24 seconds, which is 4.5 minutes more than he got last game. 8 hits in that time, and I thought that fourth line, honestly, was pretty good, and they were getting shifts early in the game, and I thought they were all right.
Max Jones' first goal, so
we did, and Szymanski too. It's tough. Now, the Clattenburg angle of it, I'm like, they haven't had Clattenburg for fucking months. Yeah. You know they miss? Leon Draisaitl. That's who they miss. Connor Clattenburg. Like, come on. No, they missed Leon Draisaitl, who's fourth in league scoring. And look, I understand the point of Stauffer's question. I'm not coming at Stauffer here. But these guys have shown the capacity, as you allude to, Pangs, of like here in just recent days that they can do this. And I get it. 7th game in 12 nights. They've played 10,000 hockey games the last 2.5 years, whatever. But it's just the how. I understand you're not going to win every game. This isn't what this is about. But it's the how you're losing some of these.
It's tough.
It's tough.
It's tough.
It's tough.
I'm starting to get why he says it all the time. Why everybody says it so much. Gotta take an inhale. Yeah, it was tough. Speaking of bad, you just mentioned it, the fourth line. Trent Frederick got banged up in this hockey game. I'm trying to see it here. So he left. He wasn't on the bench to start the third period, and I don't believe he played in that third. Trying to search here online if we have any updates towards Trent Frederick. Trent Frederick, of course. Either works. You know what I'm trying to say. For a guy that's been playing some solid hockey lately, and for a team in the Oilers that currently has 3 emergency recalls on the roster. Now, I think everything's going to be fine. They can call up whoever they want. Leon Draisaitl is on LTIR. That's not a good sign when we're talking about physicality and needing it from the Edmonton Oilers. I'm trying to search, boys. You seen anything for an update on Freddie?
I haven't, but I just want to point out again, like the drips and drabs out of their lineup here. And again, largely to the periphery before the Draisaitl injury, but they are thinning out and are having to rely on, like, is Adam Henrique really like an everyday guy right now? Well, he has to be. Is my point. But, in your ideal scenario, players are playing above their station. We saw when Dickinson, and I think you had a guest on O&E a couple weeks ago that said, look, Dickinson 15 minutes and under.
No more than that.
Sweet spot. When it's rising above and it was that 17, 18 minutes, got away with it in Nashville, looked pretty good. Took a step back. Tonight was okay. Again, players are having to play up, and there's only so much, there's a lot of ice time to go around without a Draisaitl in there.
We've had a different stance on the Rico thing because I do think Rico is a perfectly fine 4C.
I just want to add to that point, too, because there's been so much talk this year about, more minutes or whatever to the depth pieces, but they're in this challenging spot. Obviously, they didn't know about Kapanen's status right before, but when you're in this scenario, I think it's much harder now to change the lines as often as Knobloch does, because you don't have the same type of versatility with Draisaitl out there where we can just put guys and we know that they're going to be able to control play pretty well. They do need time to gel together or it's not going to work. But if they keep changing it all the time, it probably won't work either. So it's a tricky spot.
We don't have as many of our prime ingredients to throw in the blender as you would normally like. And you talk about guys like, for my continuing, Rico, I think is a fine 4C in the role he's in. What did he play tonight? 12 minutes, 12 and a half minutes. I'm fine with Rico being a guy, and he's not going to go anywhere above the 14. But I guess, and I always feel bad whenever I say this about this guy, but you got Josh Szymanski playing 10:57 in this hockey game. I gave him the jeans after the last game, not because I wanted to, because I had to give it to somebody. I call him the Tony Snell stat line. Zeros across the board. You look at it again tonight, zeros across the board. And that's a guy that is elevated up the lineup. If you want positive news for a spin zone on this, Curtis frickin' Laser Beams Lazar was skating at practice this morning. He was a placeholder on the third line, so that we were told 1 to 4 weeks for an injury timeline. We are inside that timeline right now, so we're post 1 week, so that could be a possibility. But once again, is that a guy you want playing third line minutes type dealio? The reason he succeeded and thrived so well is because it was a limited role, fourth line, bang and crash bodies, energy, do what you can from there. And feels like the Oilers are stretched a little bit thin, and we talk about it a lot throughout the regular season. I like that you mentioned. I'm curious your thoughts, Banks. Always wanting to spread out the minutes between a lot of guys. Hey, you can't rely on 97 as much, but it does feel right now without 29. It is only one injury, but you do need to lean on your 93s. You do need to lean on your 97s, and they weren't able to do that tonight.
Yeah, if I were to, for the next game, if I were going to make the lines, I'd do McDavid with Savoy and Hyman. You know that line works. I really like the look of Nugent Hopkins, Dickinson, and Jack Roslovic against Nashville. The fancy stats showed that they were really good. And in the last game, they had 2 instances where they're like controlling the puck, 40 seconds each, good scoring chances. And then you have Podkolzin and Kapanen, who without Draisaitl still have good chemistry with each other. So I'd almost, like, in a way, I'd move up Henrik in that 3C spot. He's been playing better since the Olympic break. And then you got Szymanski, Jones, and then if Frederick or if later Laser is in, that's just I like Szymanski because he's good defensively, but he doesn't bring offense. And then that fourth line, just crash and bang and get pucks deep.
Yeah, I don't hate that. I do think Rico has looked, once again, is it because he was so bad throughout 5 months of the season? When was his last goal?
October 23rd.
So you can take that to the bank with you. He had 2 apples the other night, so there has been a little bit better, but that's also because maybe he's been in that fourth line role for a consistent stretch now. You saw him build some chemistry with Trent Frederick, and now, I mean, it's all hands on deck. Everybody's got to pick up some bootstraps a little bit here and pick it up.
See, I think Szymanski has to be a center. Like, what I take away from this stuff is because he's going to let his wingers do the work and be in those areas where they can press for offense, and he's going to stay above the puck. So I don't think, again, like, some players do have positions. You know, Chris Knobloch's trying to buck this trend where, no, everybody can play everywhere all the time.
What's Army knife?
Yeah, exactly. Everyone's pliable in this way. Well, I'm not so sure, especially, you know, a guy who I think has comported himself in his lineup very good, Szymanski. Let him play in a center role, even if it's going to be limited minutes, so that he can let the wingers get to work. So that's, I don't want to see him on the wing. I think we have more wingers. We have more wingers.
I'm picking up what you're laying down 1,000%. It feels like trying to fit a square peg in a round hole type situation right now. And that's not what the Oilers need to be doing. They need to win hockey games, which we're still in the bad, some good, out-of-town scoreboard. But with good comes bad, and with bad comes oily. I went with, for this evening, Pride Night, boys. It's Pride Night down at Rogers Place. Let me know in the chat if there was anything else that stood out to you. And a night where I'm talking about not much physicality, not much emotion. wasn't very oily out there tonight. So shout out to everybody. Everybody loves everybody. You got no judgment here. Oilers Nation After Dark pregame, and it's a safe space. Fuck off with that hate. Get it out of here. I love the tape. I love everything about it. Shout out to Edmonton. And yeah, shout out to everybody. Everybody love everybody.
Pride Tape was started in Edmonton.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Nice.
Shout out.
The Pacific Division is getting shithoused tonight.
That's good. We got to do that later. I need an ad read for that.
Okay.
I need an ad read into that.
We have good news in the out-of-town scoreboard is all.
We got great news.
We
It's good.
have very good news. I said, well, it's good news. Unbelievable. What news? I said it's not fake news. This is good news.
I'm just reading. Somebody said Lance had the best comment of the day. I then scrolled up and read it, and
It's gone.
it's Lance's favorite position, and I'll leave it at that. Don't know how the conversation turned to that. Maybe it was my everybody love everybody. Maybe I'm the one who did that. Either way, Pride Night. We love everyone. You always got a home here on at Oilers Nation. Yeah, it's not even just a pregame and a postgame thing. We're chill with everybody around here. Let's go. Everybody's favorite segment. Who's wearing the jeans? Brought to you by Wilhauk Beef Jerky, because only the finest tasting meat products earn the Wilhauk name. Made from 100% Alberta beef, their jerky is aged, seasoned, smoked, and marinated to savory perfection. They gladly fill orders of any size. And you, that's right, you, back at home, can enjoy their product. You can get it online. For more information, head on over to WilhaukBeefJerky.com. All right, who's wearing the jeans? Who was the Denim Dan out there this evening? Who was the LVP, the least valuable player? I'm excited to hear from Michael Menzies for this one, because it may be your first time saying this. It might be your first pop of the cherry for the jeans. Who are you giving it to?
Connor McDavid, number 97, the captain. Look, I get it. The Oilers created the most scoring chances out on the ice when it was McDavid, Savoy, and put Colson together. But this was not a good game for Connor McDavid. I haven't seen him struggle with the puck like this in a long time. I thought he was indecisive. I thought he was thinking too much out there. I think in a time when Leon Draisaitl is out of the lineup, it's going to be a bit more pressure on McDavid. And I'm not saying he has to go hero mode, but
he kind of needs to go hero mode.
Well, no, but like a game like tonight, like they need him going. But he can shoot the puck, like he can. We know he can. There are opportunities where I think he was reluctant to shoot it, but just look here's a good passing angle, or just throw it kind of into feed and create chaos in front of the net instead of playing with a bit more will out on the ice. And look, was he really the worst player on the ice? No. But he's wearing the jeans tonight, and I just, for him, for his level, it was not where it needed to be.
I think it had to be said. I think everybody noticed it out there, and this, once again, shouldn't have to say it's supposed to be a funny award. It's not the worst player out there, but it's a guy who was fighting it tonight. Connor McDavid, the overpassing was part of it. The term fumble fucking pucks around was used a lot out there in the den of Oilers Nation HQ. It wasn't a good one for him. Other people in here saying the entire team gets the jeans. Bob Happy said Jari still. So we've always got that. Samantha Bennett said McDavid as well. The puck gets jeans from Dana. Pangs, who do you got for the jeans?
Yeah, you know what? Let's stick with McDavid.
Oh.
We'll stick with McDavid.
Double jeans?
I really like what you said there.
Jenkos.
And Menzies made a really good point. When Connor McDavid's playing at the top of, we know that Connor McDavid could play to, he's not overthinking things. And I think tonight it was evident that he was overthinking. And that could be a combination of newer line mates in Pod Colson, but there was a sequence where he had it in tight, and normally he'd probably dish it off. But I think his instinct wanted to dish it off, but his overthinking said, try to do this weird backhand shot. So Connor McDavid, hey, best in the world still, but he just didn't have it tonight.
We call it how it is. We call it how it is here on Oilers Nation After Dark. Forgive me, I was only partially listening as I'm trying to get ChatGPT to put Connor McDavid in a pair of jeans.
I've got another option, but I think, Brett, you had one tonight.
I got one, too.
I did?
You kind of already did it. And that's
the
what I
Norris
had.
Trophy.
I will give a quick jeans because I'm getting messages about shit that's going on in the chat. I'm giving my jeans to a couple of people in the chat, and I'm just going to give a quick tongue lashing. I got too much shit to do back here to be moderating shit. Like, it has been extra out of hand today. Wake up. We're mostly all adults here, and if we're not, let's also just recognize that there might not also be all adults in here. Let's read a fucking room here. I may not be able to read a page in a book, but at least I can read a room. Let's figure this out, please. So that's going to be my G.
There you go.
Let's go, Brett.
Well said.
He had that sparkle in his eyes. He said that. You gonna kick my ass? You can. I want to see where this goes. Yeah, chat, figure it out. All right, let's. None of that bullshit. But for me, my jeans, I'm going with Evan Bouchard because boy, oh boy, did he have a tough first period in this one. He was on the ice for the first 2 goals against. He got caught up the ice a little bit too much on that Reinhart goal breakaway and got a little sunned on that play as Reinhart was able to fight him off, still tuck that one past Connor Ingram. And then the second goal, losing AJ Greer behind the net, going out to literal no man's land on the left hip of Darnell Nurse on the left side of Connor Ingram. Made no sense whatsoever. It was a tough night for Evan Bouchard. It was a tough night for a lot of guys out there, and it is not lost on me that this performance comes after we spent about 15 minutes on Oilers Nation every day today talking about Evan Bouchard, his Norris Trophy candidacy, and our fearless leader, Jay Downton, the number one, I don't want to say hater of Evan Bouchard because he does know the good things he does, but semi-hater. I don't really have another word for it. Jay was talking so glowingly about Evan Bouchard today. I sat on the producer's desk with my jaw on the floor going, oh my God, I used to pray for times like these. We then all went around, I think it was plus 650. All 4 of us placed the future on Bouchard Norris. Now, once again, one game is not going to, hey, it's an 82-game season and it's just one overall, but it's not lost on me that today was not my betting day. We'll get into it with Bordzy's Bankroll as well. March Madness kicked my teeth in as well, but damn, really didn't time this Bouchard Norris one because I thought he was fighting it. I thought he was bad tonight. I thought he was wearing the jeans.
Jack Rossovic.
Yeah, that's another candidate.
Oh, yes.
You know, what is he doing on the 4-0 goal? I don't know what he's doing, and Rossovic is I've been just curious to see how this whole season has gone for him. 10 goals in his first 23 games before he got injured. And it's about, I think, 7 goals in the last 35 since he's come back. So that's closer to the rate that he has been at historically. It's been closer to a career high year. I think he only has like 2 20-goal seasons. Not only, but I mean, that's a good number. He's a middle 6 forward. But it's the play away from the puck with him that I pay attention to a little bit more as time goes along, and I'm just curious about how much the trust level is for a guy like Rossovic at times like this.
There's a lack of attention to detail definitely on the defensive end. He was shot out of a cannon to start the season. Oilers fans everywhere, Panks, talking about re-sign this guy right now. I remember going, whoa. Let's see. And once again, he's still having a solid season. He's got 17 goals, 12 apples, 29 points in 57 games. He has dealt with some injury, but that's a guy. You talk about an X factor in the lack of Leon Draisaitl. No 29. Everybody needs to pick up a little bit. Rossovic is a guy who can put the puck in the back of the net. He has a hell of a shot. He could maybe be in that one-time spot opportunity. Who knows? But yeah, it feels like it's fizzled out a little bit here, up and down, but he's got plenty of time to, I don't want to say redeem himself because he's still been fine for the Edmonton Oilers, but be a big asset for the oil.
And I'm not texting. I have the phone because I have the chat open.
He doesn't have the BBL in front of him.
I don't have the big BBL here to look up all the fancy stats.
So you are texting your friends, Lance.
I'm looking at what they're saying. I'm look. That's us.
It was porn.
It's going to be this. Yeah. Wait, I closed that tab. I swear.
BBC.
You know how many tabs up right now?
BBC on the BBL.
It was a misspell.
Yeah. BBL.
The C and the L are close on the keyboard.
Are you goon maxing right now?
No, stop it.
Yeah, Rain City said I miss pre-injury Rosie. Yeah, there's a part of that as well, but plenty of time for him to figure it out down the stretch here as we go. That's it for Who's Wearing the Jeans. Also trying to check Chat GPT. Micah, no, don't look at it. Brett, I'm sending you this.
Oh, yeah, and that tab's not bad. Yeah. Oh,
I'm going to send you this. Let's go quickly because I can do this off the top of the dome while I send this. Let's do Bordzy's Bankroll, brought to you by Bet365. Download the app today. Use the promo code NATION. Get in on the moment. And use promo code NATION. You see there. Download the app. 18 plus. Please play responsibly. And when you do so, you can take advantage of the early payout function they got going right now. It is a thing. It's a beauty. Because if your team goes up by 3 goals at any point in the game, whammo, instant win, early payout for that one. Also applies to the NBA, the association, if you will. If your team goes up by 15 points, you get paid out early, which we keep talking about. Have they ever watched a basketball game before? Because it switches 15 points 4 to 8 times a game sometimes. I love you, Bet365, and I do appreciate that about you. Go Raps. And let's go now, Brett. Throw it up. Tough one for the boy. I doomed it with the photo. I don't know what I was thinking with the photo. He's bedridden in that photo. What was I trying to get? He's not going to get a point if he's in his hospital bed. My first option, though, was Bordzy. 2+ shots on goal at -110. That one does cash. And just checking here, did he only finish with 2? Yep, just finished with 2. Then your final option there, Jack Ralzovic, needed 2 from him. He also finished with just 2 shots on goal. And then I needed a Bordzy point. I was really just banking on 97 to either bank one off a skate, do whatever. And Bordzy has been playing very good as of late. But unfortunately, Bordzy's bankroll does not go with the way it should. Brett, you just saw the photo. You're giggling away. Let me ask you first. Actually, did anybody make any money on Bet365 tonight?
No.
No? You know. Brett did.
What up, guys?
Tell the people about your parlay.
Yeah, you know, as we said off the top, always been a huge Rams guy. I'm a Ram. Yes, I am. Have been since high school. And I rode with the VCU Rams today to get the win. They got it in overtime. I also had a couple points, some rebounds from Djokovic as well.
Novak,
not Novak, but I might have to ride with the Rams for the rest. They might have to ram me, really.
Get rammed. Truck month.
2-inch factory lift.
Brett, do you have the photo ready?
It's coming.
Yeah, okay, so we mentioned it earlier here. We give out the jeans nightly. It's not necessarily who was the worst player out there, but who was one that lacked significantly. The name Connor McDavid was mentioned. I am thrilled with the work that I have done here because when Connor McDavid, he does anything. He doesn't do it ordinarily, right? He does it extraordinary, and that even applies to the jeans. So, Brett, without further ado, can we please take a look at Connor McDavid in the jeans this evening? Fat Paranchenko jeans on there, everybody. God. That's a wide base for our boy Connor McDavid. Don't know how it doesn't get caught up in his skates, but
that is unbelievable.
There's a way. Shout out Jenko. No free shout outs, but they're absolutely getting one right now. Brett, we might need to frame that photo up on. I gotta put Darnell in the baggiest of jeans and get these things absolutely ridiculous. Menzies, is that what he looked like tonight?
Jeans.
Yeah, that's what he looked like at times tonight. He was
parachute
around
pants.
Looked like he was in an MC Hammer.
90s rave or something. It's pretty bad.
Shaka said, no, not the Jankos, bro. Also, if anybody for my birthday wants to get me a pair of Jankos, I've always wanted to own a pair of Jankos. I think it's so funny.
I've never heard of Jankos before.
Oh, you haven't lived then, brother. You haven't lived. Come on. There's also another pair of jeans that, no, I'm not even going to mention it. Not even going to mention it. Brett will discuss this after the show because you do know what I'm talking about. Did you guys ever wear True Religion jeans back in the day? I never did.
No, those are too expensive.
Do you think they made True Religion jeans my size? Are you kidding me? No.
That's a fair question. Fair.
I do like spotting them out in the wild every now and then.
People are still rocking them? I haven't seen a pair of Trues in a while.
Sometimes you look at them and you're like, that's a cool guy.
That guy.
He's still got the Affliction t-shirt, so that's the deadly combo.
That's for sure.
I remember Jersey City used to sell Affliction shirts, and I was like, yeah, UFC, good. I say that because I used to work at the big JC. All right.
Jesus
Yeah,
Christ.
Cold crowd. Sorry.
The big Jace. No, I got time for that. Let's
You worked
unpack
at a
that one open
church?
for just 1 second.
Camp counselor worked at a church.
Yeah, it was a Catholic church. I worked with Jordan, actually. Jordan Belfort from
Jordan Mill.
Yeah, from Jeopardy today.
Jeopardy, yeah.
JC.
That's definitely her name, by the way. Jordan Belfort.
There was a female from Edmonton, Alberta on Jeopardy earlier today. She was crushing on the first half.
Yeah.
She blew it on the second half.
Double Jeopardy was not her.
It also wasn't ours. We didn't
Not
get it
our
either.
games.
We didn't get it either. We took a listen earlier. I forgot to mention it. Our sounds in the room were brought to you by our friends from Prairie Toyota Dealers. Looking to dominate off the ice as much as your team does on it? Check out the Toyota Tacoma. Its standard I-Force engine boasts an impressive towing capacity of up to 6,400 pounds. In fact, it's the most powerful Tacoma ever. So whether you're hauling gear to the rink or heading to an away game, you can tackle it with ease. The available panoramic multi-terrain view monitor gives you a live underfloor view to navigate even the toughest terrain with ease. When it's time to load up, the available power lift gate makes loading your gear in and out a cinch. Experience power, capability, and convenience with the Toyota Tacoma. One thing we have glossed over thus far throughout this show, Sergei Bobrovsky.
Yeah.
He was back on the case this evening, gentlemen. He came into this one with an .876 save percentage. It's been a tough year for Bob. He's looked much like a 37-year-old goaltender on the final year of a 7-year, $70 million deal. We heard the rumors around the deadline. Could he be dealt? The Oilers were a part of those rumors, which I was, nope, don't want any part of that. But maybe I do, because this version of Sergei Bobrovsky was excellent. He stopped 21 of 21. He gets the shutout. He is perfect in this hockey game. We have seen him Pangs plenty of times before. We have seen him have god-awful performances against the Edmonton Oilers, and we have also seen him be just the Bob of old, back on the case, and he was back on the case tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. We talked about it earlier. Him not having a good season, below 900 save percentage coming in.
Well
one
below.
of his worst statistical seasons since his second year in the league. But he was Bobrovsky of old, and it brought back.
Say it properly, please.
Bobrovsky of old, and yeah, it brought back bad memories for me, and I kind of think about the mental side of things and how Connor McDavid was just fighting the puck today, and I feel with Bobrovsky, him knowing he's just beaten this team, these Oilers, the last two Stanley Cup Finals. I think for him, he raised his game, and unfortunately, the Oilers didn't.
Men's, anything you can add? Bobrovsky?
No, he was.
I'm sick of seeing him. I'll tell you that. I'm
It's
sick
just
of seeing him.
classic. You should have known 876, and
Yeah.
he's struggled
Zig
lately.
when they think Zag. It's on
Here
us,
we
really.
go. No Marchand, no Reinhardt, blah, blah, blah. No Barkov. Yeah, no problem with this fucking team. So Yash sent something to me, and
I just got to look at it there on my phone. That is hilarious.
yeah. Yeah, and then Lance DMing me to say I have a show to host. Just get off my phone.
I DM'd you to say that.
Yeah.
Now, once again,
Yeah.
also, you look at the size of Pangs' laptop.
Two little
pretty-
minis.
I think it's bigger than mine.
Oh,
By a
they're
little.
the same.
It's perfectly average size laptop I have over here, gentlemen. That's
Tiny.
enough of that.
Tiny.
Producer Brett, let us know when you've got what Yash sent in. Yash has been... He's been an unsung hero of the chat recently. On ONE, on Pre-Gaming, on After Dark. I appreciate you, Yash, and that's why you should get into the voicemail line. Is this it? There it is. Menzies, tell the people what we're looking at here.
Yeah, that's a picture of me winning an Oscar for the best Knobloch impression. It was a heated category this year, and
Timmy lost that, too.
yeah, Chamelet and Jesse Plummins and Ethan, they had no chance in this one. So
We spent the last After Dark trying to cast the Edmonton Oilers.
Yeah.
We do need to finish that one time. We do need to go through all of Hollywood. And then maybe make the movie. If that skit turns out the way that I hope it does, we're getting a Hollywood deal like that.
I mean,
and maybe a GM job too. Fuck.
There have been some bad recasts I've seen on social media lately, so we got to do better than that. We were talking about it in the office today. There was the Friends one that came out that had Sydney Sweeney.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the channel's name that did it was Menzies_AI.
What?
So it was the BBL.
So the BBL is generating
using his searches.
Is that mining?
Sydney Sweeney. It's Jennifer Aniston.
Yeah, there's some connection between the BBL and AI.
Something about it that isn't real, you're saying?
It's Babla. BBLAI, Babla, we're calling it, and it is unbelievable. It is BBL Plus. It is the answer to the question. Babla.
Now, Menzies, this does feel like a good time to bring it up for you. Brett, we saw at some point earlier tonight the Alberta separatist movement driving through
it's not my truck.
90th Street.
It's not my
I
truck.
didn't see you. I've never seen.
Yeah, you were not in the room.
You're not in the room when that
That's
happened.
not true. It's not. It wasn't my truck. It wasn't my truck.
There was a car tailing it too. So
Look, I'm here. I don't know why. When I'm here, the truck is driving by. I think that's just a coincidence. I think that's just
it's the radar.
look. Yeah.
The leader's
You're telling him to drive by.
Yeah, no.
Do a pass by, please.
It's busy down at Dogpatch.
Yeah. We can get a couple more than John Hancock's on this petition.
All the windows are glass. Everything is there. They all see it.
Oh no, they see me in the truck.
Yeah.
No, because Menz, it would have been you. You would have been driving a truck from GMC because
That's
it's
right.
truck month.
Truck month.
You can't do
Segways.
Oh, it's truck month right now. It's truck month. That means get in on your opportunity to get into a 2026 GMC Sierra 1500 Pro Graphite Crew Cab at 0% financing for 72 months. You're getting a 2-inch factory lift with off-road suspension, a powerful 5.3 liter V8 engine, and a commanding presence that demands attention. Hurry in to go see the Sierra 1500 Pro Graphite Crew Cab in person and take advantage of Truck Month before it ends. Truck Month!
Do not point out that the BBL is not in this room, but who is driving the truck?
Do your own research, folks.
Oh,
Connect the dots. It's mining trucks. It's finding its way. Anything else we have yet to touch on throughout the show? We still got some voicemails to listen to from the folks. I see no more super chats. I love the chat. You guys are the best. You guys make me laugh thoroughly. It's like I got 2 other co-hosts here. I got hundreds right here in the chat with me as well. As long as you guys laugh, then we're laughing as well. So, any final notes? Anything we haven't touched on?
Standings.
Okay, I was going to do some voicemails, and I think that might light in. Do you want to do standings watch now?
Yeah, no, I'm not trying to program your
Let's
show.
do standings watch now, then, Bert. Let's take a
Don't
peek
be like that.
at the out of town.
I'm not trying to program your show.
No, I asked. Thank you for that. A lot of action going on.
Separate from this damn show.
So, currently, final right now. The Utah Mammoth shut out the Vegas Golden Knights by a score of 4-0. Who would ever do that?
Who would get
Who
shut
would ever
out?
get shut out by exact score of 4-0?
In a Pacific Division race.
Not us. Couldn't be us. The Philadelphia Flyers currently leading the LA Kings 3-2 with 11 minutes remaining in the third period. Elsewhere,
How did the San Jose Sharks do tonight?
Not great. They got shut out 5-0 by the Buffalo Sabres. Don't look now, but one of the best teams in the entire NHL. Buffalo taking care of business for us tonight, beating the Sharks 5-0. And I'm not done there. The Nashville Predators would defeat the Kraken by a score of 3-1. So technically the Kraken are what? The high point man in the Pacific Division tonight because they scored 1 goal this evening.
Yeah.
So give it up for them.
Offense.
All-time performance from the Pacific Division tonight. So, Brett, if you now want to go, once again, Flyers up 3-2 on the LA Kings right now. That's the only game that has not hit final yet. take a look at the updated standings here because, hey, man,
They haven't moved.
no worse for wear, I guess. You take that one on the chin and you just get back up on Saturday and ignore everything that happened. No, don't do that. Don't do that. But the Ducks, they stay in first place, 78 points in 68 games. So they're a point up on the Oil. They got 2 games in hand. Had the Oilers won this hockey game, we would have sat first place in the Pacific with 12 games to go in the NHL regular season. But unfortunately, that is not the case. But shout out Vegas. There they are. They got shut out 76 points. They also have 2 games in hand. There are still 2 more games between the Oilers and Vegas between the end and the end of the season.
Yep.
So that one's going to be interesting. We will be there
It's gonna be a good
next
game.
Thursday, live and in the flesh. Men's, I thank my stars every single morning when I wake up and every night when I go to bed that I live in the Pacific Division and that the Edmonton Oilers, like Brett, don't scroll up any bit on this. Because when you see what the other divisions are doing, in all 3 other divisions, in both the West and the Eastern Conference, the Pacific is such an ass outlier. I don't know how else to say it, but, hey, man, one of those teams is going to be in the Western Conference Final.
Yep, they sure
They'll
are.
find their way there.
Unless Utah
Yeah, I guess.
finds a
Yeah,
way.
that is true.
You know what's a dumb, funny stat?
Please hit me.
The Edmonton Oilers have more regulation wins this year than the Minnesota Wild.
Whoa.
Interesting.
Whoa.
Yeah.
I don't-
That is interesting.
I don't know what my takeaway from that information is, but
Yeah, just a funny number. Just a funny thing. Many lost in rag to Chicago tonight. But yeah, the Oilers have more regulation wins than Minnesota.
that just doesn't seem right. That just doesn't
Right.
seem.
It's true.
Well, there you go. Well, I guess, hey, just as long as you win the games, it doesn't matter how you win the games.
Well,
as
they
long
love
as you
going
win.
extra time, Minnesota, and it'll be fun when they get bounced in 5 in the first round, and they'll anoint Bill Guerin GM of the year, and they tried real hard and everything, but they'll go home early.
Go Wild. If I this has to be, they got to go on
I
a run
was a
here.
little
There's
annoyed.
I got a little brother complex with the Minnesota Wild.
I was a little annoyed how dismissive the O&E crew was of people complaining about the current playoff format. They were a little short with people who I think have very valid complaints about a poor format that has lasted a long time and unusually long for the history of the National Hockey League.
Pangs, where do you come out on that? It's been kind of discussed a lot recently, with the Central Division just being an absolute fucking wagon for pretty much game 1 of the NHL season, and you look at the Pacific Division that nobody wants to win that division. You got 3 elite squads in the Central. Should there be a different, not maybe division realignment, it's the 1 to 8 seeding? Where do you come out on this debate? Because it's been discussed plenty recently.
I think I have a little bit of an old school approach. I like the 1 to 8 seeding. I don't know. I just really like that. Is that?
Yeah,
you
I do too.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I don't know. I just like the best team plays the worst team, and then second best team, second worst team, things like that. I feel that's the format that they should do. Quite honestly, because sometimes I just don't understand the current one. I'm like, who's in the what? Wait, oh yeah. So
There's too much thinking
There's
involved.
too much thinking. I want it simple.
I can associate and I can do that. I have the ability. No play-ins like the NBA. I don't want any of that shit.
Exactly.
I'm still at we discussed it on ONE. I'm sitting there in the background and sure, you can debate it. Once again, we debate and we'll talk about dumber shit on this show. I'm not talk about whatever you want on your programs. For me, it's kind of it's only worth talking about if it's actually going to happen, or it's otherwise just arguing about some fantasy situation. But there is perfectly fine logic and reasoning to why they should, or at least consider changing it. I always go back to it felt so good when the 8-seed Edmonton Oilers took down the Detroit Red Wings. And that's incredible. That was an unbelievable moment for us as Oilers fans, and something that you just don't, you still get it technically. You still get the last versus the best, but I don't know, it doesn't have that classic 1 versus 8 feel. I do like the rivalries that are created throughout divisions. I would not hate the LA Kings. I wouldn't think, that was Tyler's line today, I actually think he said, I wouldn't think about the LA Kings had they not played for 4 consecutive years here in the NHL playoffs. So I do like that factor. I also like it because we win those games, so I might have a different tone or different tune if it hadn't gone my way, but
I don't like the preordained nature of how the whole league's set up in that way with the playoffs, where it's going to be the same teams all the time. And I don't like how Gary Bettman doesn't believe in the strength of his first round of the playoffs. He says we have the best first round of the playoffs in sports. I agree. And it also was that way before 2012 when they had this format. And I think it'll still be this way if they go to 1-8. And I think a lot of people would appreciate watching a different matchup. You know, and good teams will find a way to meet up at the end. You know, Colorado and Detroit met each other a lot in the playoffs, 1-8. Colorado and Dallas did. Chicago and Vancouver did 3 consecutive years and created a tremendous, actual, real rivalry through playing in the semifinals in the first round, the year Vancouver finally beat them. I think he doesn't trust his product.
I don't think the first round is good because you're going to have Dallas versus Minnesota. The first round has been the best 2 weeks in sports for the last 20, 40, 50 fucking years. The whole time it's been around because you're just getting game after game. The intensity is so high. You've got teams that are maybe not even totally supposed to be there. Teams that are getting hot at the right time, taking on a perennial powerhouse, a President's Trophy winner. Once again, I'd have to mull this one over and give it more thought of what I actually do want because I like some of the rivalries, but dude, playoff hockey is going to have bad blood regardless of who the fuck you are playing out there. So
then, if they keep this format, then play the divisions 8 times a season then, like the Northwest division, so that the divisional games will actually set up because it's all balanced, but then the playoffs are divisional. I think it's out of whack in that way. And I would rather have a regular season loaded divisional schedule for less travel and then have a conference style playoff.
That is what the one thing I will say. I've been sitting back because, to be honest with you, I don't really care. Just tell me what the playoffs alignment
tell
is.
me who to hate, and then I'll hate them accordingly.
Tell me how to make playoffs, and we'll make playoffs. I don't really care. But that is the one thing when you talk about, excuse me, playing the Northwest Division 8 times and consistently playing the team, and how that differs from what it is now because. Like, I don't really care how the other teams play against all the other teams this year because you can catch them on off night, second of a back-to-back. You're going from Florida to wherever.
Vancouver.
Sure, exactly. It doesn't tell you how they actually played against those teams. It just gives you wins and losses. So it never really stuck with me as to who's where in the division, with that and this. Yeah. And they're in the first spot in the division again, or third spot, or fighting for a wild card or whatever. It just didn't have that meaning. If they played 8 times a year or whatever number, I'm just using that as the example, then yeah, I would probably sit there and go, oh, okay, I understand what this team is more than just the thinly veiled they've played 82 games coming up to 84.
There can't be an 82 game season where the Oilers and Flames play each other 3 times.
Yeah, it's insane. It's
crazy.
insane.
That's crazy.
That feels like schedule malpractice to do something like that. That's just the most obvious matchup of them all. Once again.
Anyways,
we got to move along from this. I also, Brett, sent you a photo of Connor McDavid in True Religion jeans.
Man,
I did do that during your rant.
I'm cranking him out.
Always working over here. Yeah. You never know what's happening on this perfectly average sized laptop. Don't you forget it.
BBL's creating a 3D printed Connor McDavid with True Religion jeans.
It's printing the jeans like the literal Jenkos right now. All right, final thing. Brett, I'll let you load that one up. I'll give you one more ad read as we get ready for our voicemails. We'll listen to you, the viewers. Mm-hmm. Brett's doing a great bang-up job here behind the scenes.
Oh, he's been
Let's clap it up for Brett. Clap it up for Brett.
He's working hard.
Yeah,
he's doing a great job. He's doing a great job. The voicemails will be brought to you by Swiss Donair because Swiss Donair is home of the old-school Donair with options if you want some flair. They're open for 25 years, and now they are open 7 days a week. The pride of the North Side, Swiss Donair is great for your events at home or your office. Check out their location at 8308 144 Ave Northwest or order online at SwissDonair.com. Michael Menzies, you ordered a Donair from Swiss Donair earlier today.
Yeah, it was delicious.
How was it? Give me the Dave Portnoy rating, so it's got to be decimal system out of 10.
Let's go 8.9.
Sam Gagne.
Yeah.
Sam Gagne.
Gags.
What are other 89s? I feel like I should know more 89s than that. Mike Comrie?
Comrie would be a very famous one. Yeah, Comrie.
Donald Brashear?
Alex Tuck.
No, Don Brashear was 87.
Yeah.
Alex Tuck.
Oh,
I don't want
man.
current hockey players.
No, there's one right on the tip of my tongue.
Was it
but I can't
McGillney,
think of it.
89?
That's what I was going to say.
That's a good one.
I was
Yeah,
going
that's
to
a
say
good
McGillney, but then I thought maybe...
I think he wore a
I'm
couple.
I'm
Yeah.
normally great at numbers.
Too.
Oh, my God.
Drew
you
Doughty
caught
in
me at a
Team
bad
Canada?
time.
Yeah,
We
what
said,
an
we
odd
said
number.
great 89s.
Yeah.
Get that to the Hockey Hall of Fame. Move over, Jack Hughes puck.
There's one jersey to call bullshit.
Yeah.
Anyways, is this what you were talking about?
Oh, the True Religions. But it put it on the front. But I don't
I know.
How else would you know that they're True Religions or not? That's just excellent pocket
Rhinestone.
storage right there.
It's pockets.
I feel like I'm really going
They
after
look like
Connor.
they're on backwards.
They are.
That's how he played tonight.
Ooh. Nice.
True
boys.
reflection.
Yeah.
True religion.
Exactly.
There you go.
Exactly.
Whatever the
Pretty good.
moment.
Whatever.
I know a kid in school, he put on his jeans accidentally backwards. This is how brainy he was.
He must have chewed 5 gum. Anyways, no. Anyone? No. No one else remembers what it's like to chew 5 gum?
I forgot about
not.
that. I do get what you, yeah.
Do people not chew 5 gum these days?
Have you seen 5 gum ads anywhere?
Not in the last several
Not
years.
the
The
good
gum is
5
still there,
gum
but the
ads.
ads are gone.
Yes.
okay.
Always.
What it
happens
feels
to
like to chew 5 gum.
Because I thought there was something wrong with eating 5 gum because I eat 5 gum.
That's nasty when they fall back into the pool.
In fact, is any gum company there used to be so many gum related commercials.
I
Yeah.
haven't seen a Juicy
Orbit?
Fruit ad in a while.
Orbit.
Orbit used to
Yeah.
have tremendous commercials.
I still see nicotine gum.
Wow. Yeah,
There will always be a place
Yeah.
for that. You see me coming at like, boy, I'm just.
yeah.
You got Nicorette.
I got really bad breath. I got really bad-
It's a sin. Yeah, so we got voicemails.
Oh yeah. Time for you, the viewer, you, the listener, to sit right here in Peg's chair.
Yeah.
At least it's not this chair. All right.
We don't want that chair.
We only have 3 tonight because I only had time to kind of scrub through 3. If your voicemail was not chosen, don't feel bad. Please send in more as our... Wow, I was going to say something bad about an intern that I probably shouldn't say. Our wonderful intern. We'll go through it. I love Tristan. It was supposed to be a joke.
Digging a hole.
We have a great... Yeah, anyone got a shovel?
Yeah.
Anyone got a ladder?
I'm digging over here.
Alrighty. Anyways, this has been Oilersnation After Dark. No. We got 3 voicemails. Let's start off with one who didn't leave their name off the top that I noticed. So this is an anonymous email, but an important voicemail.
David Attenborough.
Here's anonymous.
All right, let's set this straight. The Panthers come into the Oilers barn after stealing their lunch money 2 years in a row in the Stanley Cup Finals. Tkachuk goes after Leon in the Olympics, goes viral with a clip of him calling him bridesmaid, posts about it on his podcast Twitter account or whatever you want to call it, mocking him basically. And when Knobloch was asked about the response to all this stuff, he says they need to focus on winning hockey games and to stay out of it. All right? They showed up, first period, no emotion, no life. It was like a corpse of what the Oilers used to be. What is this team doing? If they can't wake up for this game, how do we expect them to go on and achieve the ultimate goal? This is actually the most pathetic game, the most pissed off that I've been watching a game all season. I feel like I've been pretty tame. I don't know. They need to fire this coach. I feel like that they're picking up the personality of the coach. They need somebody who can bring a little bit more energy, a little bit more compassion, a little more heart, rather than something that they're not.
Cup year.
Cup, yeah.
He's not saying cup year. He's not saying cup year. We broke anonymous.
I don't know if you read that room there.
Hey, I'm ending every voicemail with cup
You're
year.
right,
We've
you're
covered
right,
this.
You're right.
Some traditions mean more than others. Now, For this, the Oilers, I mean, we've touched on it enough. Yeah, they didn't bring any energy. They didn't bring any of that physicality. And he says, we need to focus on winning hockey games, which sure, that's the Oilers' MO isn't being the rough and tumble physical team. But when you're down 2-0, when you're down 3-0, and you're getting embarrassed on home ice, and there's all the Matthew Tkachuk bullshit on the side. This is a team that has dog-walked you in years previous. Yeah, man, the only way you're going to get back into the game and win the hockey game would be some of that energy, would be some of that physicality. And I'm not at fire head coach Chris Knobloch. The man just signed an extension. I don't think that's going to happen anytime soon.
That hasn't kicked in yet.
So I don't think that's going to happen anytime soon. I can pick up what you're laying down about the... Well, I mean, it can. It easily can. I don't know if it will. Pangs, I'll start with you. Thoughts, feelings on Anonymous? We broke Anonymous.
Anonymous, I agree with you there. Yes, I get it. You want to win the game and you want to score goals, but at the same time, like, the Oilers weren't doing any of that. And I feel that extracurricular, that toughness, that getting in their faces goes hand in hand with creating energy and emotion, because the Oilers were lifeless. So wholeheartedly, I agree. Like, if you're not scoring, at least bring something. And the Oilers didn't bring that against the Florida Panthers.
If the Oilers get bounced in the first round, or even depending on how they lose in the second round, Chris Knobloch may not see that extension.
I don't think there's a world.
And he is on the thinnest device.
I don't think there's a world that they don't start the season next year with Chris Knobloch. You got to at least give him that chance. He'd go 2 out of 3 with making the Cup final, 66%. Now, once again, I've been frustrated by everything about Chris Knobloch, from his post-game interviews to the line blender to the suit choice. I'm kidding. But I feel like maybe right now we're just a little too down in the dumps. We're almost at our 2-hour rule, so we can bury this one in exactly 10 minutes. Brett, who's up next?
And coming up next is someone who's already made art for today's show. It's Yash from the Oil Report.
Ooh. Bordzy, Mr. Paganeben, Mr. Menzies, and Brett. It is the Oil Report. I'm going to leave you with this. Cup year.
Cup year.
Up here.
That's coming up for Yash.
Well done.
That's a wet fart.
Summed it up well.
Comedy.
Hey,
comedy.
Hey,
A good fart sound always hits. A good bodily function is always funny. And the theme of tonight is wet fart noises. Let's all go around the room and give our best. Brett, we'll start with you. Menzies?
I got to take some out of my mouth because I can't. But
What's
going to come shooting out of the camera?
Why don't you just fart into the mic?
Nicorette.
That's Nicorette gum I'm chewing.
Oh, he went.
Pangs wins. That was incredible.
Yeah.
I just spit everywhere all over my laptop.
Yeah, I mean, we almost had a full-on rosebud.
What, are we bringing Citizen Kane? We talking Citizen Kane?
So my BBL's gone and I say Rosebud. Whoa.
All right, Bert, who's our final voicemail?
Our final one is coming from...
Cash said that was recorded in a bathroom, by the way.
At least it wasn't a cave.
That's more authentic.
Yeah, absolutely. Our last one's coming from none other than our 6'7" weirdo, Peyton.
What up, fellas? What up, Bordzy? What up, Sean? What up, Menzies? I'm not gonna lie, Aaron, you gotta do this more. This is my favorite fucking trio. Cut Bordzy, got fucking Sean and Menzies. What a trio this is. What a trio. Game today, my thoughts. Complete shit, but hey, Aaron, you know what I'm gonna say. Guess who's playing on Saturday? Tristan Jarry. Everyone, be ready for it. It's gonna be a bounce back game, and I can't wait to watch it. It's going to be absolutely beautiful. Tristan Jarry is going to perform so well that the game after the Lightning game, we're going to have to play Jarry again. That's how good he's going to play. I got faith in Jarry. Tough loss tonight. Let's move on. Yup, kid.
Yep. Absolute cinema. It's gonna be absolute cinema.
My chopped liver.
Yeah, okay. Also, I'm gonna say this early. As a fellow producer, don't forget the guy behind the scenes who's doing all of the work.
All of the work.
To make sure that we stay live. Our mics work. He brings in videos, graphics, all kinds of shit. Brett, I appreciate you.
Thank you. There's
Yeah, big time.
been a couple wet farts back here and not talking about production.
And he appreciates Tristan Jarry, but doesn't know good production when it slaps him in front of the face. Come on now,
We're
Peyton.
all talking about wet farts, aren't
Also,
we?
Peyton, send us the rough draft. Whatever you have of the skit, we want to see what we did earlier.
You texted
today.
me a little if you can. Or
Careful.
I'm just gonna send him my email.
He did also say sorry, Brett.
I saw it. It's still, I really am in the cock chair tonight.
He said, I was going to say I love this foursome, but that would have sounded weird.
Oh, but the threesome was better?
Quartet.
Well, then he's a part of the
Quartet.
What's 5?
Quartet.
Quintet.
We could keep going, but I'm not.
A sextet.
Ooh, I like that
Cameras
one.
off, boys. 2 hour rule is over.
Octet. Non-a-tet.
Okay, all right.
Decatet.
Now we're just saying things.
Well, no, that's hep would be 7, oct would be 8, non would be 9, and dec would be 10.
Deck, yeah.
What was 6 again?
Sextet.
All right, we're just gonna.
Hockey's for
Cut
everyone.
the mics. Cut the mics.
For everyone.
Hockey is for everyone. And actually, that ties in well. All right, folks. That'll do it for us here on Oilers Nation After Dark. A foursome with Brett over there sitting in the chair. We appreciate you all. Win, lose, or draw. I've had plenty of laughs tonight. We had a good time watching the game, even though that was a terrible product out there on the ice. And I hope each and every one of you, you know that Oilers Nation After Dark is going to be here. We're here to make jokes. We're here to make light of the situation. And obviously, talk some puck and see what the Oilers can do. But that's the thing about it. We only got 12 more games in the regular season.
Fuck.
But you're telling me I was sitting in this chair all fucking season doing the same show every night, being like, well, sometimes maybe good, sometimes maybe shit. Who knows? But that's why you should tune in on Saturday for pre and post game when the Oilers host the Tampa Bay Lightning. You heard it there from Jarry. Or from Jarry, from basically
Jarry.
Pretty much
from
Jarry.
what's the big brother, little brother thing that like people do? Peyton's Tristan Jarry's little brother, like Big Brother, the company.
Yeah.
When they go and hang out together. I could see the two of them.
Big brothers, big sisters.
That's it.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
it. That's
yeah.
it. Thank you very much. Peyton, let me know. You'd probably be interested in something like that. Either way, chat, we love you all. We appreciate you. Throw down the courtesy like. Make sure you are subscribed to the ON YouTube. Any final words, gentlemen?
See you in Vegas.
Ooh, yeah, Pangs. Yeah, the next time we'll see you, we'll be in Viva Las Vegas, where if you're coming, check the temperature.
Oh my god.
Because holy shit, it's hot. It's mid-30s. I will be red. Okay, I will be red.
you
there.
will be red.
I will be burnt like to crisp. Menzies, anything final words?
No.
peace out.
See you Saturday, brother.
See you Saturday. Over and out. It will be a new day. Oilers Nation Everyday Live tomorrow, 12:01 Mountain Standard Time. We will talk then. Peace out.
What's up, Nation citizens? If you enjoyed today's episode of Oilers Nation Every Day, make sure you hit the subscribe button here on our YouTube to not miss any of our content. We got you covered from interviews, insight, analysis, everything you need to stay up to date on everything around the team. Hit that subscribe button so you don't miss a video.